Hey, Travis, just your thoughts on the game tonight.
It was a tight game. I thought the compete level was high for both teams from playing last night. We definitely got better as the game went on, and there's a couple plays we'd like to have back for sure. I thought their skill made a couple plays for them that was probably the difference at the end of the night.
What did you think of Cole Lind in his NHL?
Liked him a lot. I don't know what the final minutes were, but it's usually indicative of how a coach likes a player, was how many minutes he plays some nights, especially a young guy in his first game. I thought, we just wanted to get him through the first period and see how he looked. I know with young guys and young players that you play that first game, he hasn't played for a while, especially against a team like Toronto that's as fast as they are and as skilled as they are, that the first period might have seemed a little quick for him, and I thought he settled in, and I thought by the second period he played a real strong game the last two periods, and I bumped him up to Bo's line because of it.
Next up is Ian McIntyre.
Travis, last night you were pretty.
Sorry, Ian, I don't think we're quite catching
your
it.
Disappointment in your team, and you talked about mental state. Are you hearing me now?
No, yeah, kind of now.
Have you got me, Travis?
Yep.
Okay. You were honest last night about your disappointment in the team. I'm wondering if the couple of plays and mistakes early in the second period, is that another sign of?
No, I don't think that was the case. If you're asking me if it was mental fatigue, let's go back to Ian. I can't hear the rest of the question.
Yeah, we're not really getting you, Ian, so we'll come back to you in a second. Next up here, we'll go to Jeff Patterson.
Travis, Cole Lind told us that you had a chat with him last night on the plane and told him that there was a possibility. Do you have a way that you generally let guys know that they're making an NHL debut? Like, do you like to give them the night before and the heads up to think it through, or is it maybe too much to process for some guys? Like, do you have a way you handle rookies in their first games?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's not always the same with each guy. Some of them, they know they're going to play, and with Cole, I kind of just told him to tell the folks back home that they better not miss the game because there's a good chance you're playing, but we'll talk about it a little more in the morning. I didn't want him to be too nervous. And it's always exciting when you get to see a glimmer, I guess, in a young man's eyes when he gets to play his first game.
We also saw what happened last week with Edler and Hyman. The league obviously stepped in. I don't know if Eddie thought maybe that was the end of the story. Did you have any issues with Simmons going after him?
No. Thought Eddie handled himself well. It's a tough customer he had to fight. And, good for Eddie.
Next up is Thomas Drance.
Travis, considering the condensed schedule, the lack of practice time, how does your group how do you regroup after this sort of small skid you've hit here?
Yeah, we respond. I thought we were a much better team tonight than we were last night. I can tell you that. 24-16 shots. That was a tight, competitive game. Like I said, we probably played better tonight against this team than we did the first game at home off the COVID break. And we just got to build on it, build on positives from tonight, learn from mistakes that we did make. Obviously, we had a couple that we'd like to have back. I thought we had a couple young players that looked a little tired tonight. Probably have to stay off the ice again tomorrow, get a good morning skate on Saturday, and get back at it.
Does the lack of practice time pose a particular challenge, especially with how your club was able to use those practices early in the year to find another level, find your footing anyway in terms of your two-way game?
A little bit, not as much though from the start of the season. I think you find with teams as they go down the stretch in any year, they usually don't practice as much, and rest is important as well. But would we like one? Yeah, somewhere along the way. We're going to have to use our morning skates. We've changed them a little bit. A couple different drills here and there that we do to maybe work on certain parts of our game. And But again, the schedule is what it is. We can't overdwell on it, and not going to look to. There's no sense really talking about it.
And we'll take our last question now from Daniel Wagner.
Travis, just talking to Cole Lind, one of the things he said is that he wanted to sharpen up some of his details, and I wanted to know what you thought of those details, his work along the boards, that kind of aspect of his game, and do you like that attitude from a young player?
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of maturity in Cole Lind. Even, I remember the last time I met with him, I guess it would have been 2 training camps ago. We just talked about the type of player and not so much the skill part of the game, but certain parts of the game that are really important in the NHL that I think a lot of young guys that come out of junior that have success sometimes don't really understand. And I think him playing a couple years down with Utica and the coaching staff down there with Trent, they've really helped him. And he just seems like a different, not just player, obviously he's got better as a player, but different confidence level, different understanding of the game. But it's going to take him some time still. There's still going to be plays along the walls, those little areas, little face-off plays that, still take time. We got some young guys still. You talk about Hogg, Quinn, a lot of our young guys still. That takes a little time. Some of those details in players' games to learn. And but he had a real good step in the right direction tonight. And hopefully he can continue to build off that. And from what I saw tonight, there's no reason why he can't.
Just wanted to also ask, is there any update on Tyler Mott?
No.